와인이야기, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Today is a very special episode from Napa Valley, Royal Estate. Brian, please introduce yourself.
Hi there. My name is Brian Zupon. I'm the estate director and general manager of Roy Estate in Napa Valley. Really excited to be here. We've had an amazing couple days here in Seoul. Love being here in Korea and excited to share my wines with both of you.
Let's go.
Yeah, my favorite, Napa Valley.
So, please, could you tell a few words about, because I never heard about this winery.
Okay.
So when it started and what is like
Of course.
Your image?
So, Roy Estate, we are a very, very small producer. We only make, to start off with, only about 17,000 bottles of wine, period, total. So one single vineyard site, 7 hectares under vine, that is it. We planted the first vines on this property over 25 years ago. We're the only people that have ever made wines from this site. We do not work with other vineyard sites. We do not work with other grape growers. We certainly do not purchase outside wine. Everything comes from this single 7 hectare site. We are not trying to make these big, opulent kind of fruit bomb wines. We're trying to make wines that have restraint, elegance. So, where we're located is in the southeast corner of Napa. Napa Valley is formed by 2 different mountain ranges, the Mayacamas range on the west, the Vaca range on the east. We're located in the southeast portion of that on a mountain called Atlas Peak. So when you think of Napa Valley, you don't necessarily think of a maritime, coastal influenced wine growing region. You think of very warm climate, you think of these big extracted hot wines, right? But because of that proximity to the San Francisco Bay, and because of the way that Pacific fog comes in up off of the ocean, it moves up the valley, it hits Atlas Peak, which as I said is the tallest mountain in that southeast corner of Napa. So that keeps the wines very fresh, very elegant.
So the fog is like morning, like early morning, like a southern style, like a Ecam area, like a kind of like morning.
So it actually comes in the evenings. Every evening, it's almost like kind of like a horror movie. You can see this fog beginning to swirl over the bay, and you can watch it march up to you. With us, we have this cool fog that hangs on up until late in the morning, and that makes our wines a lot fresher, a lot more elegant.
What a beautiful introduction. I felt I'm in California. So your first vintage 2005.
2005, yes.
I know. I studied a little bit. I Googled it. So I cheated a little bit.
That's okay.
So I was looking. So 2005.
2005. And I love the fact that you looked into this, you researched this. One of the things that I've loved most about coming to Seoul here is that people are so inquisitive. They want to ask questions, they want to learn, and that's why I think this is one of the most exciting wine markets in the world.
That's
people,
Hilton, #1 Korea.
Our site is shaped like an L, like this, from 100 meters to 200 meters above the valley floor. Right in the heart of the property, we have this pond. And Napa Valley is a very dry place. It's a Mediterranean climate. Even in some years where we have very little rain, it could even be a desert climate.
And the fire.
And the fires, yes. So to have that natural water on our site is incredibly, incredibly rare and incredibly important. That acts as a magnet for the native flora, the native fauna, the insects, the resident bird species, the migratory birds. So we have otters, we have beavers, exactly. We have this incredibly diverse ecosystem on this site. We have this very interesting and dynamic intersection of the wild, nature, coming up against these cultivated vines. That to me is going to make much more compelling, much more layered, much more interesting wines.
Terroir.
Yes, exactly.
We always talk about the terroir. We try to explain in Korean that the most important is the terroir, and after the hand behind the terroir, who manipulate everything to make something fantastic.
And if you look again at the map, the length of Napa Valley is approximately 50 kilometers long.
Yes.
Well, 50 kilometers. But what we're talking about, though, is literally the difference of 10 meters. The width of this room from one half of our vineyard to the other half, that's going to give you a radically different wine in your glass. And so that is our idea of terroir. This,
like in Burgundy.
Yes, exactly. This very, very focused. Yes.
Can you guess what the difference is going to be between the hillside and the lower side?
Probably.
Probably. Well, go ahead.
Let's try.
Go ahead.
I studied today.
Okay.
So we grow Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Petit Verdot on our site.
Okay.
So classic Bordelaise varietals. And this wine, this is the 2018 Royestate Mr. Evans.
Okay.
This is a blend of all three of our grape varietals.
Okay.
So it's a Cabernet Sauvignon core with a little bit of Merlot, 20 to 25%, and 10 to 15% of Petit Verdot.
Okay.
So please, let's jump in.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, this already the beautiful color. What I like on Napa is the color.
I love it.
So, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Petit Verdot, all grown on the lower portion of the property, below the pond, below the stream. Over thousands of years, anytime that pond or that stream would flood, all that water is moving down through those lower portions of the vineyard.
Yes.
And with that water is taking with it organic materials, mineral deposits. When I smell and when I taste this wine, I get this bright red fruit, I get this floral quality, this kind of dark red rose violet quality. And when I taste the wine, I get this acidity, this freshness, this energy to the wine that makes me want to go back and back and back. This wine is incredibly, I find, expressive, very outgoing.
Spicy.
Yes.
But still very fresh.
Yes, fresh.
There is some Napa Valley, you put the nose, it's like poof, alcohol, but here there is a lot of elegance.
Exactly.
Like you can feel like, I feel some raining day, I don't know why, but I feel like some minerality.
Yes.
A lot of minerality.
Yes.
Same time,
Let
then we
me
can see.
pour this for you as well.
Mr. Heaven, and then this one.
So
here.
this is the 2018 Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay.
So same vineyard, there's just the one, same vintage. So you're really going to taste the differences between the two halves of the property
And-
here. These are just the two expressions, the two voices of Royestate. We don't think of one wine as being better
Yeah, of course,
or
of course,
worse
yeah.
than the other. So we definitely don't believe we have a first label and a second label.
So it's
just
similar.
two different voices of the same
Fantastic.
vineyard site.
So the Hillside wine looks a little bit more like a French wine actually, less than a Napa Valley.
I want to say very like, if I can say, the pound side is a little bit more deep in color. Here,
Anywhere from 93 to 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. We do have a little bit of Petit Verdot that we will occasionally put into, yes, just a little pinch. Cabernet Sauvignon hits with a lot of power, but not with a lot of follow through or with a lot of finesse. And so we think that Petit Verdot, once again, just adds that little kind of extra something special that makes you kind of pay attention.
let's imagine that the Petit Verdot is pepper for cooking.
Okay.
When you put 2 grams of pepper,
Yeah,
the
2%
taste is totally different, right?
different, yes.
So people think like, oh, if they put 1% of Petit Verdot in Bordeaux, what does it mean? But
It matters.
It matters a lot.
Yes.
But let's cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good job. With this one, I feel Napa Valley.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. Full body, very spicy,
Oh yeah.
fruity.
Red fruit, yep.
Yeah.
The tannin.
Red fruit.
Yep.
I feel the skin of the grape. Very juicy.
Yes.
Wow.
It's juicy, it's very mouth-watering, right?
I'm
I have
salivating right now.
Yes.
I want a big USDA prime
Yes,
right now,
yes,
a
yes.
tomahawk or so, ribeye,
Yeah.
something with a little bit of marbling.
My-
This is what I want to drink every day, if I can.
We don't know about the budget yet.
I don't
because
know,
there was
but
no
I'm-
price on the website. I didn't see.
10,000 bottles. This one's 10,000 bottle production per year.
This one is about 10,000
So
bottles.
10,000
yeah.
and 7,000.
Yes, yes.
So 17,000. So
Yes.
it's kind of limited edition.
It's very, very limited production.
So it's gonna be a small amount in South Korea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wain이야기. Oh, this is fantastic.
Good.
Wine number 2.
One number 2.
Let's go.
So, 2018 Cabernet Sauvignon here. So, once again, grown on the hillside, vines under more stress, smaller vines, smaller clusters, smaller berries. As a result, you have that higher ratio of berry skin to berry flesh. That's going to change the character of the wine. As you kind of taste this, I think you're going to go more towards the blue fruit and the black fruit side.
Okay.
You're going to get the savory, kind of herbaceous quality too. Yes.
A little bit more dry, like
Yes.
some like
Yes.
du foin de la paille, something like a dry herbs, a little bit more like
Yes.
a tea, even tea.
Exactly.
Like
Yes,
a black tea.
and then it's going to move towards this this kind of black tea,
yeah.
graphite, tobacco.
Yes.
This wine hides its alcohol very, very well.
Yeah.
I can barely feel that.
Nose is like
Yeah, this.
so much elegance on the nose.
Yeah, very elegant. Yes, definitely elegant.
Yeah.
I feel the complexity in the second one much more.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I feel more tannin on the first
Yes,
one.
my urge to have some meat is gone now with this one. This one you can probably just drink by
I can
itself.
drink like
Okay.
yeah, we can do by ourselves like
itself.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This one I was more like I need to eat something, but this one is
Yeah,
soft.
it's,
Good, like guys, this wine could be just fantastic. Why? Québécois, French in Napavalli.
Yeah.
Just fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for
And
coming.
we're gonna finish the episode today, and I'm really excited to be like a very 다음 주 아니면 다다음 주, like a week later, to have the tasting with meat.
Thank you very much,
Let's
Brian.
Cheers.
And thank you
Cheers.
so much
Thank you
for
very much.
coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, 사랑해. 다음에 또 뵙겠습니다.
Yeah. Love and happiness.
Bye.
Thank you.